Come on back to me. What did we think division was? What did you say? What did your partner say? What do we think we know about division? What do you think, Dominic? Okay, so we have some words we are dividing groups. We talked a lot about groups with multiplication, so we're dividing groups. Azalea, your notebook's out and open. You need to have this title written down, please. Dominic said it's kind of like subtraction. I think what you're thinking is things are getting smaller, kind of like what we normally see in subtraction. Interesting. Eliana, what are you thinking? Okay, kind of. Go get it. Miss, go get it. Ethan, what do you think?
Division is like when there's one number in the division side and the other number, and you split which one, like you count up that one of the numbers, and you sort, the other, if you're not counting up the other number you're not counting up, you use and sort at that number, and you count up more, keep on counting up the number.
Okay, so we got a lot of counting going on. What does the division symbol look like? Because I imagine many of you have actually seen the division symbol. Emma, what does it look like?
It's a line with a dot on top and a dot.
What kind of line?
Minus.
Okay, horizontal. Yeah. So if you would, please go ahead and circle the word division on your paper. And we're just going to make that division symbol.
Oh, I've seen that.
Just to make sure everyone knows that is the division symbol. I believe most of you have seen that symbol before, just in life. Sometimes you might see the symbol as a diagonal slash.
Oh, like dividing.
That is a division symbol also. The reason why you would see the diagonal slash is if it's being typed on a computer. This division symbol, the horizontal line with the two dots, that symbol doesn't really exist on your keyboard. So a lot of times if you're typing and you have to type a division problem, you'll have to use the sideways slash or the diagonal slash. All right. What I would like you to do, make sure your mask is on your face, covering your nose. I want you to stand up, push in your chair. You are all a big blob of students, and I want you to divide yourselves into two equal groups.
I'm thinking one group's on that side and one's on this.
Great, figure it out.
So we need one group.
Start moving.
Like that, and the other person staying like there.
Great.
Then we keep it. Yeah, you have to have it equal amount on that side. Equal amount on that side.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying one.
Azalea, they're confirming what you're saying. They're just saying it also. They're not saying that you're wrong. They're just saying the same thought.
We just need to count up how many people in the class and put them in an equal group. Oh, I already know. I already know 24.
If this is too frustrating for you, Azalea, go sit down. You don't have to participate.
No, there's 12 in each class. Yes, 12 in each. Wait, 25. How about we have additional? How about we just stick one? How about one put this dance on each side? And keep adding it. 15. Until it grows to the equal amount. We'll do the equal amount, guys. I just counted everybody up until, yep, there's 16. No, 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, wait, 10, 12, 14. Now I don't know who I counted. 16.
All right, start moving.
8 on that side and 8
Start
on
moving. You should not be at your desk anymore. Start moving.
God!
No, if it's too frustrating for you, go sit down. You should not be at your desk anymore. You need to get moving to a new spot. Where is an equal group? Eliana, get moving. You should not be at your desk. Is this a group up here?
Yeah. No.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, equal. Okay. Put 4 more up to this group.
What are you guys? Are you a group? Because I see 3 groups right now. And I want 2 groups. So you need to be in a group. Liam, you need to get in a group, friend. Come and look at it. It doesn't matter at this point.
No, envelope. Go over here.
Do you see how all these people are standing over here? Hello? Do you see how all these people are standing over here? Can you join that?
No, Leo. Okay, now we have 8 and 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's equal. Alright, other people have 8.
Alright, can you guys back a little bit more? We have 2 equal groups.
Yes.
Yeah? Alright, I see one group at the back of my room. I see one group at the front of my room. I'm going to count each group and see if they're equal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow! So you guys were able to divide yourself into 2 equal groups. Very good. You have 12 counters on your desk that are all the same color. I want you to arrange, that means make into different groups. I want you to arrange them into 3 equal groups. I want 3 equal groups on your desk, and I want the same number in each group. I want 3 equal groups. You have to use all your counters. Nobody can be left behind. 3 equal groups. You do not have 3 equal groups. I need to see them very clearly spaced out. You do not have 3 equal groups. I need to see them very clearly spaced out. Dominic, you do not have 3 equal groups. You have 4 groups. Alright, so in our 12 counters, you should have some groups that maybe look like this. Count up the number of counters in one group. How many are in one of your groups? Dominic?
4.
Yep, there should be 4 in one group, 4 in another group, 4 in another group. That a lot of you, when I tell you how many groups, you put one counter on one side of your desk, and then you put another counter on the other side of your desk. And then you just kind of sort one for you, one for you, one for you, one for you, until you get to the right number. Some of you are doing that kind of strategy to divide out your groups. I like it. I like it. Smush them back together, make a blob. Alright, this time, if you have not been using that strategy of making your groups first, try that. I want you to make 4 groups. Yes, and I do want them to be equal. So move your counters to make 4 of your groups, and then start moving the rest of them. I asked you to have 12 counters, right? Remember that? So I want you to write down the number 12. Those were all of our counters. Total counters is 12. That's what we started with. Did you magically get any more counters?
No.
Nope. Did you magically get any less counters?
No.
Nope. We started with 12 the whole time. Started with our 12 total counters. Then we did something with them. What were we doing with these counters? Adria?
We were making groups.
We were making groups. Yes. You remember when I told you that the multiplication symbol has a special meaning? Guess what? The division symbol has a very similar special meaning. A lot of you know it as divided by or divide, just like you knew that multiplication means times. But the correct language is to put into groups, just like what Adria just said. So we're going to draw our division symbol. Put into groups. That's what that means. So this whole time when you were rearranging yourselves in groups, when you were rearranging your counters in groups, you have been doing division.
I know.
This whole day today, you have been doing division.
What? I know. I knew it.
You put yourselves into equal groups, that's dividing. You put counters into equal groups, that's dividing. The last one we did, we put into 4. That's the number of groups. You put them into 4 equal groups. That was the last one that we did. So we have 12 divided by 4, otherwise known as 12 total counters put into groups, specifically put into 4 groups. Miranda, do you have this all written down? Quit playing with your hair then. Now, our answer is going to be a little bit different. Normally, when we multiply, we want to know the total number of things, right? When you divide, I don't want to know the total number of counters. I already know the total number of counters. It's 12. You didn't get any more. Instead, I want to know the number in each group. So when you divided our counters into 4 equal groups, do you remember how many counters were in one group? How many counters were in one group? Quit messing with your hair. Adrian?
All of them?
Nope. How many? Look at your groups. You still have them out. How many is in one group? No, don't push them back together. You have them in 4 groups. You had 12 counters and you broke them into 4 groups. Now how many is in one group? 3. The number of counters in one group. Yes, ma'am.
So you want to know?
So this problem reads, Lee has 27 toy cars that he wants to give to his 3 brothers, excuse me. He wants each brother to receive the same amount of cars. That's fair. I like it. How many cars should he give to each brother? I want you to read that problem again in your head and then figure out what is it that we are counting in this problem. Once you figure it out, go ahead and write yourself an answer sentence. Lee has 27 toy cars that he wants to give his 3 brothers. He wants each brother to receive the same amount of cars. How many cars should he give to each brother? You're correct. I am counting cars. Look very carefully at that question, because you need to restate that question in order to get an answer sentence. Scarlett, what do you think? Your answer sentence? Yep. Yes. He gives blank cars to each brother. You need that each brother piece. That's important. That's what he's doing. How many cars should he give each brother? I need to know how many cars to give each brother. He gave blank cars to each brother. That's what the question is asking me. Blank. In front of it. Ethan?
Do we calculate the exact same?
You better have something real close. And you definitely need that each brother piece, because that's important. Does that make sense? What is my next step? I've read the problem. I figured out what I'm counting. Now what do I need to do? I know, it's fallen, but we've done a lot of word problems. Emma? I need some kind of bar model. Let's draw our bar. That bar represents what I'm counting. In this problem, I'm counting toy cars. I'm going to make my big arms like I normally do to show the whole, aka the total. And then I'm going to stop. You know the first question that we always ask ourselves is, do we know the whole or the total? We're counting toy cars. Do I know the total amount of toy cars that he has?
Yes.
I do. It is in that very first sentence. How many toy cars does he have? Write and quit my switch pencil. Annabella? He has 27. So guess what? Down here by W, instead of where I normally put a question mark, I'm going to put 27. Because I do know the number of toy cars that he has. What else do I know? I know he has 27 cars. And then what? What else do I know about these? That's not what that does. That does a question mark. You should not have a question mark written on your bar model. So if you have a question mark, get rid of it. Scarlett, what else do I know?
You know that he has 3 brothers, and then he could divide his cars into 2.
Yeah, I know he has 3 brothers. I also know he's doing this pretty fair, right? He's not saying Easton gets 20 cars, but Bryce gets 2. He's making it very even. So I'm going to partition my bar into 3 groups. That way I know these are my 3 brothers. So go ahead and make 3 sections on your bar. Make sure you're not counting lines. Make sure you're counting sections for your bar. Well, this is a little tricky. Do I have a normal bar model that I'm used to making an equation from? No. We normally say part times part equals whole, right? Yeah. I know one of my parts. I know there's 3 groups. 3 groups of something. I don't know yet. So guess what? 3 groups of box equals
Box.
Do I know the total?
No. Equals box. Yes.
Look at your bar. Do you know the total?
Yes. Yes.
Look at your bar. Down there by W, do you know the total? Yes. Oh, interesting. So 3 times something is going to give us 27. When we are dividing, very similar to addition and subtraction, we can go the other direction. So when I divide, just like when I subtract, I start with the total amount of things. So my total is 27. I have 27 cars. I'm dividing that between 3 groups, aka my 3 brothers. And then I will figure out how many each brother gets. So we kind of have 2 equations going on. You have not done a whole lot. Your bar needs to be broken up into 3 sections. A box. So you need 3 boxes in your bar. Emma?
The box is the first one.
Yes. Alright, now just like we did with our counters, I have my 3 sections. So I'm going to do what I like to call the dealing out strategy. Raise your hand if you've ever been like a banker, or you've played Uno, or you've played cards, banker in like Monopoly.
Like
Normally you might say 1 card for you, 1 card for you, 1 card for me. 1 card for you, 1 card for you, 1 card for me. You're dealing out the cards. Do you see what I'm saying? Yep. So we have 27 cards, and I'm going to deal them out. Ready? You're going to deal them out with me. I'm going to give 1, I'm going to put 1 tally mark in my first box, 1 tally mark in my first box, 1 tally mark in my second box, and 1 tally mark in my third box. It's just 1 little line.
And then are we gonna do it until we get to
And we're going to do it until we run out. Yep. So right now I've passed out 3 cards. 1 for you, Grace, 1 for you, and 1 for you. 3. I'm going to keep going. Here's another one. That's 4 cars, 5 cars, 6 cars that I have given out. That makes sense so far? Have I used up all 27 yet? Nope, I'm only at 6. I'm going to keep going.
No.
7, 8, 9. Am I at 27 yet? Nope, keep going. 10, 11, 12. Not yet. I'm going to go ahead and make the slash because I have 4, which means on my 5th ones, I'm going to slash them across.
Oh.
So now I'm at 15. Not 27 yet. Nope, keep going. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I passed out all my cards. Am I done? No, not yet. I'm almost though. How many cards did 1 brother get? So if I just look at 1 box, how many cards did 1 brother receive? Right? 8. Not 8. Count again. Gavin? 9. This guy received 9. This guy received 9. And this guy received 9.
They all received 9.
Yeah. Division is very fair that way.
I like division.
Great.
Wait, I think I've been using it for a while.
Alright, now I have those pieces that I'm used to seeing in my multiplication equation. I have 3 groups
Of 9.
of 9.
No.
I also have figured out how many is in one of my groups. How many did 1 brother receive?
9.
Lucy? 9. So how many cars did each brother, aka one brother, receive? Autumn? 9. 9 cars.
No.
You have it written down in your notebook. Grace, what's division?
Division is a symbol that means to put in groups.
Put in any kind of group, like you can have 1, but I can have 17.
No, equal groups.
Putting things into equal groups. Gavin, is that what you were going to say? Maybe? Dominic, you got something else to add on?
You can divide groups into equal groups.
Yeah, we're dividing a blob of stuff, like people or counters or cars,
And bananas.
into equal groups. Emma?
You put wood on it.
Yeah.
And divide.
What was that strategy? What did I call that strategy where we said 1 for you, 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 1 for you? What did I call that strategy? Because that's a really good strategy to use. Eliana, do you remember? Dealing out strategy, just like if you were a dealer of cards. You're playing a card game. Write and wear your mask correctly, please. All right, let's do another problem. So turn the page, because I doubt you have enough room. Awesome. All right, we have Courtney, Gabriella, and Cheyenne. They have 18 apple slices to share. How many slices will each person get? Read that problem again in your head. Write an answer sentence at the top of that next blank page. Go ahead and erase this. I am definitely counting apple slices. What should my answer sentence sound like? Remember, I need to pay very close attention to the question. How many slices will each person get? Adria, what do you think?
I said, the answer is they share blank apple.
Nope, I already know how many slices they share. They share 18. That's not a question. Look at the question. How many slices will each person get? You should have most of those words in your answer. Ethan?
They each get blank apple slices.
Love it. They each get blank apple slices. You should have some version of that. Because that's what my question is asking me. How many slices will each person get? Each person will get blank slices. They each get blank slices. Brayden, I'm not convinced you're paying attention. Thank you. All right, I have my answer sentence. I know I'm counting apple slices. Let's go ahead and make my bar model. Full or total. Before you write that question mark down, think. Do you know the total number of apple slices? Because that's what we're counting here. Do you know the total amount of apple slices? Miranda? It is 18. They're not getting any more apple slices. So I do know the total, or the whole, and I'm going to write it down there by my W, and it is 18. It told me that in my very first sentence. Please stop poking your pencil in your shoes. What else do I know? I know I have 18 slices, but what else? Eliana, what else do I know?
That there are 3 people.
Yeah, there's 3 people. I have Courtney, Gabriella, and Cheyenne. That means I'm going to separate my bar, partition my bar, to represent each of my people. So here's my Courtney box, here's my Gabriella box, and then my Cheyenne box. Alright, let's make an equation. What kind of equation can I make with this? I asked you to put that on your book bag. Put it on your book bag. Grace? Okay, so I can start with my whole. I have 18, and I'm going to divide it into our 3 groups because we know division is putting into groups. I don't know how many each girl gets, so that's going to be box. We've been really good at multiplication the last couple of days. Easton, you want to try a multiplication equation?
Yes. 3 times blank equals 18.
Very good. I have my 3 groups here, but I don't know what's in them. 3 groups of blank equals, I do know my total, it's my whole, aka 18. Emma? Oh, hang on. So I want you to pretend you have your 18 slices. And we're going to deal them out by putting 1 in each box. Ready? We're just going to count on the whole time, so get your pencil ready. 1, 2, 3. Each girl has 1 slice, so we have not dumped out all the slices, so we're going to keep going. 4, 5, 6. Keep going. 7, 8, 9. Keep going. 10, 11, 12. Keep going. 13, 14, 15. So close. 16, 17, 18. Used up all my apple slices. Every girl got the same amount. How many did each girl get? How many did each girl get? Annabella?
1.
Nope. They got more than 1. Miranda?
5.
Nope. Got more than 5. Adrian?
6.
Each girl got 6. There are 6 tallies in this box. 6 tallies in this box. 6 tallies in this box. That means 18 apple slices divided by 3 girls equals 6 apple slices per girl. 3 groups of 6 is equal to 18. They each get 6 apple slices. Does that make sense? A little bit?